Well, what do you think? Shall we talk fishing and outdoors the next hour? Half hour? Let's don't make it too long. What do you think? This is ONeil. Gail's in the background over there, managing everything, telling me exactly what to say, exactly what to do, when to start, and when to stop. So you're welcome to join us at ONeil Outside. And I love to see those little blue, what are they, thumbnails? Blue thumbs or something like that. Yeah, thumbs up stuff. It makes me feel like I'm being appreciated. Welcome to the program, everyone, if you want to call it a program. Facebook, ONeil Outside, every Saturday, every Monday afternoon at 6:30. I'm used to the Saturday morning program. And we're going to talk fishing, if you like, over the next half an hour. It's summertime, and I've got some really good reminders, if you will. I don't give fishing tips. All of you guys know all this stuff already. But what I do is remind you. I can't teach you anything. You already know it. But you can be reminded. And that's part of what we do here at 6:30 on Facebook every Monday afternoon. Starting next week, I think, the show will air on ONeil Outside Facebook and O'Neill Williams Facebook. We'll see. The Great Houston is going to arrange that. I see a lot of those little blue lights. It makes me feel so good. So anyway, are you taking a kid fishing? Have you made some arrangements? What I want you to do is remember a couple of things. The divorce rate is by like 50%. So there's a lot of kids that don't ever get to go fishing. Their moms can't take them, or their fathers or grandfathers aren't outdoorsmen. They don't ever get to go fishing. I think you should step up and take a kid fishing. What do you think? I think it was Mark Twain. No, it wasn't Mark Twain either. It was another guy that's on radio who said one day, if you're too busy to go fishing, you're too busy. And boy, what a truism that is. Well, okay, we're going to give away at the end of the program.
Tell everybody to like and share.
You should like this if you like ONeil. If you don't, then stop. But like this and share it. Please. I'm getting coached, and that's all right because I really don't know what I'm doing. And but like and share and like and so on. And this is it's funny. We're on television, on networks all over the country, video on demand networks all over the country, being Carbon TV, Waypoint, Hunt Channel, MOTV, Prime TV, YouTube TV, ONeil Outside Facebook, and still we need to add more. There's more to know. There's more to understand. There's more to be more productive. So, there you are. Okay, what color choice for a neighborhood pond that only has bluegills? Then the choice is green and orange. Match the hatch, so to speak. Absolutely. And I got to tell you, when I think I was driving, so I was 16 years old. We had a place, and I had a good fishing buddy. His name was Jerry Everhart. And his dad went with us one day to this place. I don't remember the name of the place. It really doesn't matter. And he said, we got to catch some bait. Okay. So we got out some red and white floats and some small true turn light wire hooks and some crickets. And we caught, because we didn't know at that time, we didn't have the Timbuktu Fisher's Choice baits. And we caught some brim along the edge of the bank. And that's what we used, live brim. That's what he taught us, to cast out into the deep water. It was summertime. And he showed us how to catch some big bass using brim. So the colors of your worms, the colors of your baits, the colors of your spinner baits, all that, if you're pond fishing, should be with green and orange or green and red or some color combination like that. that's what the bass will trigger on. So there you are.
Okay, bait you would use on Lake Burton for bass on a cloudy evening this year?
Okay, cloudy evening bass bait for bass at Lake Burton. Now, first of all, those of you who do not know about Lake Burton, it's in the North Georgia mountains. It's one of what's referred to as the 5 jewels of Georgia, which is Burton, Lake Seed, Lake Rayburn, Lake Tallulah Lake, and Seed Lake. Did I say Seed already? I believe I did. There are 5 of them, the 5 jewels of Georgia. What would I use on a cloudy day? In the summertime, like now, I'd use a dark-colored plastic worm if it's cloudy. Now, that's one of the tips I wanted. One of the things, the reminders today, these basic information. And I've got them written down. I have to write them down because I can't remember them. Okay? All right. On a cloudy day, dark bait. At night, night bait is a dark bait. Clear day, clear water, light bait. Match it up, okay? And when we talk about these things, we're not talking about catching 50 instead of 5. I say that a lot. You're gonna catch 7 instead of 5. Okay? Someone said they took their granddaughter fishing and witnessed them catching their first fish. Did you see that, honey?
No,
Okay. All right. Okay. Where was I? The tips. Okay. Dark day, dark bait. Light day, light bait. Dark at night, light in the daytime, especially in clear water. Now I'm going to get my tips. Ready? Hold on now. Sit down. You'll be surprised. It's a good time to go trout fishing. Mountain stream trout fishing throughout the summer, as long as it's not so hot that the trout get lethargic in hot water. You get to wade. You get to cast and cast and cast and cast. You get to often see the fish. You can catch them like mad. Remember, trout are dumb as a post. You can, if you got a bucket of Fisher's Choice crickets or grubs, you could catch everyone in there. So, but here's a tip that's going to make it a little bit more sporting. You might be surprised. Ready? Wear camo when you're trout fishing in a stream. They can see you. You don't need to spook them. Wear camo. An illustration. Gail and I, we were in Colorado years and years ago, and I was fishing in a trout stream, and I didn't know any better. I had on a white cowboy hat. Remember that? Yes. A white cowboy hat, okay? I did not get bit. I went back to the same place, using the same bait the next day, dressed in camo, and I caught 12. What was the difference? The way I was dressed. I had on a white cowboy hat and a light blue shirt. No. Your best bet is to use camo. Okay. Have a spare key in the boat on a float. You never can tell. Always put the boat plug in before you launch your boat, and I've told you that story before. Take off 1 rod length of line before you go fishing on every rod and reel you're going to use. And if you're going to go fishing alone, even if you have a cell phone and all that, if you're going to go fishing alone, always let someone know where you're going, when you're going, and when you expect to return. And when you're headed back, call and let everybody know, hey, I'm done, I'm good, I got the boat on the trailer, and I'm headed back home. Break out the cold beer. Whatever. Okay. Anything going on? Yes, ma'am.
Well, Henry mentioned oxymorons.
Yes.
And then he also said, second day you used a fly rod in Colorado?
Yes.
Okay.
I was fishing with streamers, And I know that was a long time ago, and you really don't believe me, but I was trying to impress somebody, really. I think I had a client with me. I didn't impress them that first day, that's for sure. So, oh, look, Linda Weaver.
Yeah.
How about that? I think I had a date with her.
You dated everybody.
I dated everybody, didn't I? Yeah.
One time.
Yeah, she was a nice lady, nice girl. She was very pleasant. Okay. Where are we now? Oh, more tips. Do we need more tips? My only tips are, if you want to watch ONeil Outside television, then you can visit the website at ONeilOutside.com. You can see all the shows there without any commercials in them, and you can podcast from there. All of the radio programs are all there. ONeilOutside.com/radio, ONeilOutside.com/television, and you can get involved in all that. Oh, here's the. This is not a toy. No, indeed. This is an Axis reciprocating saw made by Works. Okay. What was, how do you get your husband who's in the front of the boat to sit still so this wife can't catch fish in the back? I will tell you. Okay, good point. That I said
Jumbo
this,
shrimp.
I said,
Jumbo shrimp.
Jumbo, yeah. Hank the Yank is into oxymorons now, and one of our favorite is a jumbo shrimp. Huh? What? Jumbo shrimp. What's a near miss?
Yeah. I think they are near collision.
A near miss and a near hit. I forgot to look up all that, Henry, before we started, but you can send me some. What else? Where was I? Help me.
How do you get your husband in the front of the
Oh.
boat to sit still?
Okay, which is
Leave him at home.
which is connected to one of the tips. When you're in the boat, don't play a radio. Don't slam the lids on the boxes in there. Step lightly. If you slam a lid or just drop the lid, bang. Do you suppose the fish that you have just found at a standing tree or a deep brush pile, do you suppose that they felt that? Yes, they did. Do they know what happened? No, they don't. But does it put them on the alert and possibly keep them from biting your plastic worm that you bought and cast in there? Yes, it does. Keep quiet. Somebody says Jackson Lake seems to give them trouble, can't pattern the fish. Okay, you bet. When you can't, here's another tip. If you don't know a lake or you're unsuccessful, this Jackson Lake, man, it's got me. And no matter what the name of the lake, clear water, dark stained water, flat lake, mountain lake, no matter what, if you don't have some places to go that are productive, if you don't have the confidence to fish in a perfect place, head for current. Go up the river. Do you suppose at Smith Mountain Lake, do you suppose that the bass that are up the river understands that there's a lake down there several miles away? No. They spend their lives in the river. They're always there. You just got to go and figure out how to catch them. Up the river, you're not going to see any other boats. You can cast to both sides. You can figure it out. There's always a blowdown or something that cuts the current, and you can throw in behind the blowdown or behind the stump. Or see, it's a lot easier if you just go up the river if you don't know where to fish down the lake. Yes, ma'am.
Did you say that we're going to give this
Oh.
away?
Yeah, you need to stick around because we're going to give away the Axis saw.
And you need to be there when we get the winner picked.
Yeah, okay.
It would be good. You don't have to be, but it would be good.
And you drive on a parkway, but you park on a driveway, right?
And semi-boneless ham.
Either it has one or it doesn't.
Yeah.
No kidding. Okay.
Dark-colored fluke on Crowdy Day as well versus a pearl or pro blue.
Well, blue's pretty good. It's according to how dark it is. I would tell you that these things that we talk about here, like dark bait on a dark bait on a dark day, there's a lot of other things that go into that. The wind direction, the shadow from whatever sun there might be, how long has the wind been blowing up against that bank or over that tree or over that brush pile. There's a lot of things, but those are basic principles of bass, largemouth and spotted bass fishing. Dark day, dark water, dark bait. Light day, light colored water, light colored bait. And that's the way it'll work for you. And don't outsmart yourself. Stick to the basics. Okay? I'll get some of those blue thumbs. That's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now if you're going to be a part of the winning group of the Axis saw, you have to still be on when we finish this up. You need to be, yeah. Otherwise, you won't get it.
Well, yeah, they will, but it'd be better if they were still there so they can get the information.
Okay, well, there you are.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Jackson Lake seems to give me trouble. I just can't pattern them.
Yeah, I just talked about that. Go up the river.
Well, I wasn't listening.
That's all right. Go up the river. Go up, let's see, that's the Alcovey. Go up the Alcovey River, and not for a half an hour. Stay up there for 4 or 5 hours. As long as it's not following a rainstorm and it's real muddy and everything, go up the river and stay there. And you can develop 10 or 12 or 15. I know I won a tournament years ago. It was out of Oconee, down in central Georgia. Okay, it was out of Oconee. It wasn't a big tournament, it was small. Maybe it was a club tournament or something. But I went up the river, and the river was down just a little bit from the day that I had practiced. And it was so shallow on the sandbar that I had to get out, and I had a good partner who helped me. I had to get out and pull my bass boat over the sandbar to get up the river. And when I got up the river, I caught enough to win the tournament. And I'm not any better than you are, but it'll work for you. And how many other boats you think that I might have seen up the river that day when they got where their engine was kicking up mud and sand? I pulled the boat over, and they didn't. I had the whole river to myself. Yes.
Here's a good one.
Okay.
Something different. Any tips on training a gun dog? I pick up a Boykin Spaniel puppy in a few weeks.
Okay. Well, you need a professional. I've hunted with some Boykin Boykin Spaniels.
Yeah.
And on a couple of occasions, this was a highly trained dog, and this was the jump dog. The other dogs would point, and then he would assign the Boykin to get around and go. He would go right in next to the nose of the pointed dog, find the quail, and jump in on them. That was good. A Boykin is a special little critter. You have to do it with a professional. A professional can help you train that dog, and the one that I'm familiar with is Mossy Pond Retrievers. Most of those are labs. It's in Patterson, Georgia. Mossy Pond Retrievers. And this fall, there will be an ONeil Outside television show that originated from Mossy Pond. Yes, ma'am.
We have a grand dog down there.
Yeah.
We just happen to, but that's not why we think they're great.
Yeah. We have my daughter and her husband. They have a dog there now. A year old.
She's almost a year old.
Almost a year old, and she's already certified and won things.
She's a champion dog.
Yeah, she's a champion dog. So, but that's not the reason I use Mossy Pond. I went to Mossy Pond, and they are way before they ever got this dog. Right. Okay, somebody said something about fishing the current on Burton up above the 76 bridge. It's been so long since I've been to Burton, I can't comment about where in the river or how far up the river. I know that my amateurish description was, when the boat is on the rocks, you've gone far enough. Work your way back down river. Remember, All the fish will be in the eddies. They will be behind the blowdowns. They will be in the slack water. You put something in there in that slack water, and you get bit right away. So, what, honey?
Why do people say you're not holding your mouth right when you're not catching anything? I guess that's just a Southernism.
Yeah, that's just
something.
that they're just beating you up.
Yeah.
You gotta concentrate.
Kind of like a woman putting on lipstick.
Yeah.
Yeah, she can't keep her mouth shut when she's putting on lipstick. Or do mascara.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, thanks to you all for watching. I hope you enjoy being reminded of some of the fishing tips. And I can remember that about the dark-colored worms at night. Well, I went to Emory University, and often in the spring quarter, I went to Lake Lanier. I didn't have a boat. I went to Lake Lanier and fished around the docks at Holiday Marina. The rocks in the docks, and I always used, get this now, a black plastic worm. And I could catch them now, I'm telling you. I caught a bunch of nice fish. And it being in a fraternity at Emory, I wasn't exactly like it was a bunch of guys. It was me and maybe one or two other guys, and it was, but we caught fish. That's what we did. We were fishing at night with plastic worms, and the worm color was always black. Okay. Craig says he learned that phrase when he was living in Tennessee. Don't hold your mouth right, right? Okay.
Yes.
Very few people do. Evidently, Kevin Van Dam and some of those people hold their mouth just right. Roland, he holds his mouth just right. Roland Martin, to me, Roland Martin is the best tournament bass fisherman that ever lived. He was ahead of everybody. I think he was Angler of the Year 12 times. He won 19 tournaments, but I don't think he ever won the Classic. Ooh, how about that? But I think Kevin Van Dam has won 2. And I had the pleasure one time, I learned so much from him that day. I had the pleasure, I was fishing in a tournament, and I had with me, oh my goodness. When you get old, you can't remember names, okay? I'll think of this in a few minutes. But he has won the Classic 2 times, and he fished that day with me, and it was Rick Clunn. And I think Rick and I are about the same age. So anyway, we fished hard that day, and we caught some. And it's funny. I remember I was in his boat, and I was a no-boater. We jumped in his boat, and he said, "Where do you have any fish located?" And I said, "Yes, I do." Okay. He said, "Where?" And I said, "Up the river." And his eyes lit up because he knew, and he told me later, there won't be anybody else there but us. Correct. I know I was in a tournament that I won one time at Sinclair, and it was in a place, I think it was called Sandy Run Creek, and it must have been rather famous. And during that fishing day, and I was way ahead of everybody at the end of the day, but during that fishing day, 5 other boats came up Sandy Run Creek and saw me, and the engine started grinding out and grounding out, and they all turned around and left. They thought I was a little bit of a nut for ever being that far up in the creek, but I won the tournament. And it wasn't a big tournament, small tournament, just piddling stuff, not big stuff. Okay.
How do you fish the river when there isn't much current, like on Lake Burton up above 76 Bridge?
Okay. How do you fish it?
I think that's yes. How do you fish
slowly?
The river.
How do you fish slowly? Okay. Fish the outside bends. If a river bass is not feeding, in other words, you're going to have to feed him and you're going to have to make him bite, he's going to be in the deepest part behind something in the outside bend. He won't be up in the flat. He's only going to be up in the flat if he's chasing something. So, I'm just a nut about Henry Cowan, an exact estimate. I'm just a river guy. If I don't know down the lake, I'm going to go up the river. And here's something I want you to try. I want you to try this. To expand your fishing knowledge, to expand your capabilities, to make you a better fisherman. All right, I got something. Remind me, I have two things. Second thing to make you a better fisherman. But the first thing is, if a lake in the Carolinas, in no matter the Carolinas, Virginia, Kentucky, no matter where it is, that's your lake. That's where you go. Okay, and so let's go. Son, get your stuff together. Let's go to the lake tomorrow and go bass fishing. Okay, where are you going to go? We're going to go where we've never been before. We're going to go into a creek up the river. We're going to go where there's some moving water. We're going to go to a place that we've never gone before, and we're going to fish there all day. We're going to learn that spot. We're going to use our talents. We're going to use things we've learned elsewhere on the lake, and we're going to go into that place, and we're going to catch fish there. See the challenge involved? Now, what was the second thing? Oh, how to become a better bass fisherman. I know it's probably not as popular. I know it's not as popular as it used to be, but if you want to be a better bass fisherman and become a better bass fisherman, join a bass fishing club. You'll fish at times you would not have gone because there's a club tournament. You'll fish lakes that you've never been to before because that's where the tournament is. You'll fish with different fishermen most of the time, and that will be a lesson because they will be doing their best, and you can learn from them. So if you join a bass club, you'll be a better fisherman. Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, the page went off again. Hold on.
Student teacher, an oxymoron.
Yeah, and close distance.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, always.
Kelton wants to know when's the second book coming along.
He's not working on it, y'all. He's lying.
I'm working on. I worked on it a while, and I stopped. I lost my creative juices or something.
Well,
but I'm going to finish it. I'm going to finish the second book. Where's the first book? First book is ONeil Outside, People and Places Along the Way. You can get it at Amazon or at ONeil Outside. You can buy it on the homepage. And when you do, when you order it, you'll tell me what to say in it. Then I'll sign it for you. See if this one's signed. No,
Okay.
but there it is. ONeil Outside. And it's not an instruction book about fishing. It's about the people and the places along the way after 65 years in the outdoors. And I think you'll enjoy it. It's all 5-star rating on Amazon. All 5 stars.
Okay.
Okay.
I've never caught a smallmouth before, and in a couple of weeks I will be on Blue Ridge.
Ooh.
What do you recommend? I look for. What do you recommend I look for?
You're on Blue Ridge Lake. Okay. Well, you're fishing at the wrong time. So I'm going to give you an assignment that guarantees you're going to catch some smallmouth at Blue Ridge Lake. Ready? Fish at night. But if you can't fish at night, use a small plastic on light line, and your minimum depth is going to be about 35 feet. Those smallmouth is a deep water fish, much deeper than a largemouth. And the bedding season is already over. It's way behind. You may find a few fish shallow, but not any concentration. And I have seen, is it time already?
Yes, it is.
I have been to Blue Ridge. Yes, ma'am.
You need to wind it up and show this one more time.
Okay.
And
Everybody stay there. Huh? I have been to Blue Ridge before when, for various reasons, legitimate reasons, the lake level was down 74 feet. And I found apple trees, apple orchards. Is that right? Orchards What is it? I found an apple orchard. An
Orchard.
orchard. I found a whole forest of trees at 40 feet. Old apple trees. Now, in the summertime, do you suppose, when the water gets warm, do you suppose the smallmouth migrate after the bedding season down into those trees?
Okay, we are in the process of choosing a winner.
Okay.
Houston will be.
Orchids. Orchards. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
She will be contacting. She'll be texting me just in a minute, and
We have someone off-site pick the winner.
yes, and you need to wait 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
It'll be 2 weeks. Don't get impatient. And when we announce the winner, you need to send your contact information to Houston at ONeilOutside.com.
And I'll repeat that. When I announce the winner, send your contact information, if you are that person, to Houston at ONeilOutside.com and wait 2 weeks and you'll get the saw. I think that saw costs about $100.
I
So,
think you've mentioned that.
have I? Well,
Okay.
there you
Okay,
are.
hold on, everybody. She's. I think she's about ready to announce the winner.
And,
Hold on. Okay.
oh, back to Blue Ridge. If the fish find the orchard closest to where the river flows into the lake.
Okay.
Okay. And fish small plastic light
Okay.
line.
Okay, I got it.
Who- and it is
Cody Watts.
Cody Watts. Watts. Cody Watts.
Yes.
Cody, I hope you're still there.
Yeah, we hope so too.
And because you are the winner of the Works Tools Axis Reciprocating Saw. So proceed in sending your your contact information, your address, not a P.O. box. I can't send this thing to a P.O. box. To Houston at ONeilOutside.com. There he is, Cody Watts.
Yeah.
Awesome, thanks. You'll use this is a good tool. You'll use this for a long time. It's a jigsaw. It's an axis saw. You know what it is. So, Craig saying boo-hoo.
Well, tell him next week. You know, there's
I don't
see.
see any blue thumbs. For goodness sakes, there's John Lehman. He's listening from the Catskill Mountains in New York. I looked up the Catskills today so that I would know where they are. Straight north of Long Island and the city, right? I think so. That's what it looked like on the map.
We have a from Long Island.
Yeah,
and he can really do that.
Long Island. Long Island.
Yeah. But he's southern to the core.
Oh man, yeah, he's a redneck now. So, all right, what else? Are we done?
I think we are.
I think we're done too. Listen, thanks there's all those blue lights. I like that very, very much.
Yes. Please,
We will
please
see.
share and like and share.
Yeah.
Like and share.
Like and share.
That keeps us on the air.
Oh yeah, this staying on the air, staying on television and radio and everything. This is a monumental effort. Is this we had a radio anniversary.
Well, we didn't talk about it, but yeah, I think it was
Last week?
May 26th was the radio show anniversary, which would, I believe it was 29 years since you started on radio.
Okay, so we're in our 30th year.
At WSB.
At 30th year,
at
and
WSB, and you were on radio prior to that at WGSC.
so a bit over 30 years.
So yeah, that was made.
Looks like I could find a different way to make a living.
It's too late. It's too late.
It's too late. I can't find another way to make a living. What in the world would I do? I thought years ago I could be a Walmart greeter.
Well, you
But
may still be.
They don't have greeters anymore.
Oh, that's true. They don't do it.
The last,
You can run down umbrellas in the parking lot.
I was just about to say, if you are leaving a Walmart store and it's raining and there happens to be an umbrella that someone else has come in and left in the area with the buggies, I would personally advise you not to steal that umbrella and try to take it to your car and leave. You never can tell. You might get run down on the highway at a red light, and the knucklehead that owns that umbrella might get out of his truck and come over and beat on the window until you give that umbrella back. Be careful. It wasn't his.